A Canada World Trade Guide. Chapter 1. World Trade Canada. Major Canadian World Trade websites. Try hashtag 658.84 at the library. importsource.ca. cdnemb-washdc.org/trade/index.html, Canada USA Trade. edc.ca, Canada's Export Development Corporation. ccr-adrc.gc.ca, Canadian Customs. straightgis.ic.gc.ca, Industry Canada Online. importsource.gol/site.nsf/n/index.html, import source. canadabusiness.gc.ca. cebi.ca, Canadian e-Business Initiative. edc.ca, Export Development Canada. edc.ca/edc Financing. exporthelp.ca, 888-332-4225, Export Development Canada. exportsource.ca. international.gc.ca, international.gc.ca/commerce/index.aspx. infoexport.gc.ca. sourcecan.com, matches Canadian products to foreign buyers. ttcservices.ic.gc.ca/epic/internet/intcserve.nsf, Trade Team Canada Services Industries. aicba.org, Association of International Customs and Border Agencies. bdc.ca, 877-232-2269, Business Development Bank. Business in Canada. caftha.ca, Canadian Federation of Trading House Associations. citt.gc.ca, the Canadian International Trade Tribunal. dfate-maci.gc.ca. germanchamber.ca. hansaglobal.com, import/export e-commerce. iecanada.com, Canadian Importers and Exporters. importers.ca, Association of Importers and Exporters. cme-mec.ca, Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. cscb.ca, the Canadian Society of Customs Brokers. germancanadian.com, German Canadian Business and Trade Directory. italchambers.ca, Italian Chambers of Commerce. kpmg.ca, Business in Canada. palantir.ca/the Alliance, Exporters and Importers. rbcroyalbank.com/commercial/global, go global with your business, with RBC International Banking Solutions. sourcecan.com, B2B ads. statcan.ca, Statistics Canada. tpusa.com/nafta/nafta_facts/canada.html. tpusa.com/nafta/nafta_facts/canada.html, Business in Canada. tradeandecom.com. tradecommissioner.gc.ca, biztradeshows.com/Canada. trademissions.ca. tradeanet.ca. voyage.gc.ca/alt/pubs.asp. Canadian World Trade website/ Canadian exporting websites. ccc.ca, Canadian Commercial Corporation. ats.agr.ca, info if you are exporting food. international.gc.ca/nafta-alena/menu-e.asp, NAFTA. newszoom.com/list/newspapers/Canada. dfate-maci.gc.ca/Canada-magazine, the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. international.gc.ca. international.gc.ca/Canada-magazine. canadabusiness.ca. cbc.ca/news. 207.61.56.166/services, Tariff Wizard. accent.net/cacqb/cacqb.htm, Bulgarian business. acdi-sida.gc.ca, 800-230-6 6349, Canadian International Development Agency. aces.agr.ca/progsur, program to help sell aquatic products worldwide. acoa.ca, Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency. agr.ca, Agri-Food Canada. agr.gc.ca, Agriculture. albro.ca/chkusa.htm, basic checklist about exporting things to the U.S. amceq.org, Quebec Association of Export Trading Houses. americascanada.org. apectariff.org, Tariff Database. apfc.org, Asia Pacific Foundation. apfnet.org, Asia Pacific Foundation. aptca.ca, Atlantic Provinces Trucking Association. asiandevbank.org. atlasvanlines.ca, Movers. ats.agr.ca, 888-811-1119, Agri-Food Trade Service. ats-c.agr.ca/public/html-docs/e2801.htm, International Freight Forwarding Info. bcferries.com. bdc.ca, Business Development Bank. bomertgroup.com, Truck Transport Guide. caltradereport.com. canada.com. canadafinlanddcc.com. canada-indiabusiness.ca. canadapost.ca, mail delivery. canadianembassy.org. can-m.gc.ca/neb/runtime/search-e.asp, new exporters to border states. cbsa.gc.ca, Canadian Border Services Agency. cbsc.org, Business Service Centers. cbsc.org/alberta/content/us_reg.pdf, U.S. Regulations for Canadian Exporters. ccacanada.com, Canada Council for the Americas. ccbc.com, Canada-China Business. ccc.ca, Canadian Commercial Corp. ccrcc.net, Czech Republic. Challenger.com, Trucking, Cambridge, on. Chamber.ca. ChinaX.com, China. chs-shc.dfo-mpo.gc.ca, Fisheries and Oceans. chs-shc.dfo-mpo.gc.ca/chs, Hydrographic Service. cic.gc.ca/English, Citizenship and Immigration Canada. cica.ca/cica/cica website.nsf/public, look for info on customs tariffs. ciffa.com, Canadian International Freight Forwarders Association. ciffa.com, International Freight Forwarders Association. cipo.gc.ca/ebizenable, learn about e-business. c2c.info. citt.gc.ca, International Trade. clubexport.ca, Quebec. cmhc.gc.ca, program to help Canada's housing industry expand to the world. codinc.com. coal.ca, freight forwarder. conferenceboard.ca. corridors.gc.ca, transportation system, corridors for trade. cra.gc.ca/custom/general/publications, customs and revenue. crossborder.com, world business. csa.ca, Canadian Standards Association. csba.org.sg, Canada-Singapore Business. cscb.ca, Society of Customs Brokers. cteam.ca/ctw, Shipping Freight, Freight Forwarders. ctl.ca, Canadian Transportation and Logistics Magazine. cts.com/cdn Trade, Canadian Consulate in San Diego. dbrs.com, go to document search for info about the transportation subsectors. dcbj.com, Directory of Canadian Business in Japan. DED-SED.GC.ca, Canada Economic Development for Quebec. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca, 800-267-8376, Foreign Affairs and International Trade. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca ECB, Export Control Site of the Canadian Government. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/EICB/general/brokers/HTM, List of customs brokers. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/English missions, embassies worldwide. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/English news/newsletter/canakes. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/English/geo/asia/company.htm. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/English/news/newsletr, Canadian Export Trade Newsletter. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/English/news/newsletr/invest/INVENW, Investment News in Canada. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/English/trade/handbook/menu.htm. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/geo/USA, Trade with the US. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/EBOC-COAI, International Business Opportunities Center. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/IFINET. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/InvestCan, Program for Export Market Development. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/Mexico. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/Mexico, Trade with Mexico. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/NAFTA-ALENA, NAFTA site of the Canadian Government. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/res/English/hongtrad.htm, Hong Kong. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/res/English/singtrad.htm, Singapore. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/res/English/srieltrade.htm, Sri Lanka. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/res/FHAP/BDAsia.htm. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/TNA-NAC, Trade Negotiations and Agreements. DFATE-MACI.GC.ca/USA/NEBS_00-E.ASP. EDC.ca, 888-332-3320, 800-850-9626, Export Development. EDC.ca, edcinfo.ca, Export Development. EDC.ca/corpinfo/pubs, Exporting. er.uquam.ca/nobel/r14160/economics, List of worldwide economic resources. ExportingCanadaOnline.com. ExportingCanadaOnline.com. ExportMex.com, Mexico. ExportSource.gc.ca, 888-811-1119. FAC-AEC.gc.ca, Canadian Foreign Service. FIT.ca, 800-561 FIT, Forum for International Trade Training. GlobalX.net/CCTU, Canadian Consulate in Silicon Valley. HanzaGlobal.com, Import/Export e-commerce. HSmithMag.com, Hazardous Materials Management. ICCC.org, Indo-Canada Chamber of Commerce. ICEonline.com/home/panthony/tips.htm. IDRC.ca, International Development Research Center. IESCONet.com, Trade with Mexico. IIE.com, Institute for International Economics. Importers.ca, Importers and Exporters. Infochain.org/directory/index.html, Canadian Association of Supply Chain and Logistics Management. Infoexport.gc.ca, Canada World Trade. Infoexport.gc.ca/businesswomen/menu-e.asp. infoexport.gc.ca/ifinet/menu-e, International Financing Information Network. infoexport.gc.ca/itc-e.asp. infoexport.gc.ca/PEMD, Program for Export Market Development. infoexport.gc.ca/registration/n/cc registration.jsp, Virtual Trade Commissioner. infoexport.gc.ca/section 2/export menu.asp. infoexport.gc.ca/trade, 800-267-8376. iStream.com Alliance, Alliance of Manufacturers and Exporters Canada. italchamber-tour.on.ca, Italian Chamber of Commerce. itscanada.ca, Intelligent Transportation Systems of Canada. jurock.com/cttia, Canada-Taiwan Business. kelron.com, Transportation and Warehousing, Mississauga. laidlaw.com, Transportation Management, Burlington, on. lakeboats.com, Great Lakes Shipping. logiroute.com, Logistics. magi.com/CJTC, Canada-Japan Trade. marineatlantic.ca, Ferries. marinetalk.com. mcmullenpublishers.com, Canadian Customs Guide. mmdonline.com, Materials Management and Distribution. mover.net, Canadian Movers. multilanguages.com, Translating Services. nafta.net, North American Free Trade Agreement. ncr.dfo.ca, Fish Trade. northernstar.ub.ca/hauler.main.html, The Hauler, Supplier and Manufacturers Directory, Calgary. northstar.ca, 800-663-5288, helps small businesses expand to world markets. nsi-ins.gc.ca. nss.gc.ca, Canadian Search and Rescue Organizations. ntc-ken.com, Norway. ontariogarage.com, Auto Centers Ontario. ontrack.on.ca, Open Network Trade Resources. ontrack.yourq.ca. ontruck.org, Ontario Trucking Association. pacificachting.net, List of marinas, BC. palantir.ca/the-alliance, Manufacturers and Exporters. parle.gc.ca, Parliament. portvancouver.com. pwgsc.gc.ca/text/home-e. railcan.ca, Railway Association. Refer to my travel book for lists of Canadian bus companies, airlines, etc. Review CTA-exam-nltc.gc.ca, Transportation Act Review. ribtow.com, Tugboat Towing, Vancouver. royalbank.ca. sb.gov.bc.ca/smallbus/pdf/importing.pdf. British Columbia. sccc.ca, Sweden. scotiabank.ca/trade/index. shipnet.com, BC Shipping Directory. shipowners.ca. sourcecan.com, Big Business Database. statcan.ca, Statistics. stat-usa.gov. straightgis.gc.ca. straightgis.gc.ca/sc_coinf/ccc/ngdoc/homepage.html. straightgis.gc.ca/sc_mrkti/sid/ngdoc/index.html, Companies importing goods into Canada. straightgis.gc.ca/sc_mrkti/ibinddc/ngdoc/101, Market Research. straightgis.gc.ca/sc_mrkti/tdsd/ngdoc/tr_homep.html. straightgis.gc.ca/ssg/by18106e.html. straightgis.gc.ca/ssg/sc01071e.html. straightgis.ic.gc.ca. sunsonline.org/trade. swedentrade.com. swiss-network.com. synapse.net/CTIC, Canadian translators and interpreters. tac-atc.ca, Transportation Association of Canada. tc.gc.ca, Transport Canada. tc.gc.ca/marinesafety/ships_and_operations_standards. tc.gc.ca/marinesafety/ships_and_operations_standards/registry, ship registry. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/report/port_competitiveness_study. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/trade transport. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/trade transport/land transportation service es.htm. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/trade transport/maritime transportation services, ship transport. tc.gc.ca/road safety, motor transport. tfoc.ca, Trade Facilitation Office, mostly for outside countries trading with Canada. toronto.jetro.org, Japanese business. TradeNet.ca, world business. TraceInternational.org, a non-profit association of multinational corporations and intermediaries. Tradeport.ca. Tradeport.org, United States trading with Canada. Tradeport.org/ts/countries. Tradeport.org/ts/countries/Canada. Trucking.mb.ca. UK-Canada-trade.org. Ukrainetrade.com. usatrade.gov/website.ccg.nsf. Warehouselogistics.org. wd.gc.ca, for Western business owners. web.idirect.com/tiger, many links to world business. Westshore.com, coal export facility, Delta, BC. wiley.com/products/worldwide/Canada, some books. worldexport.com, Canadian exporters directory. worldweb.com/ubs. yank.ca, Transportation Co., Saskatoon, SK. yp.pl/ca, Polish Yellow Pages. Canadian World Trade Resources. Try #338.889-971, number 658, HC115 or HD2809 at the library. Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. 125, Sussex Drive. Ottawa, on K10G2. 800-267-8376. 613-992-6941. Fax, 613-992-5965. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Canada's main trade office. Trade Info Centre. Ottawa. 800-267-8376. 613-944-4000. Fax, 613-996-9709. Fax link 613-944-4500. nqserve@dfate-maci.gc.ca. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Win Exports. 800-551-4946. 613-944-4946. Fax, 800-667-3802. Fax, 613-944-1078. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Agri-Food Trade Program. Market and Industry Services Branch. Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada. 930 Carling Avenue 5th floor. Ottawa, on K1AOC 5. 613-759-6900. 7543. Fax, 613-759-7478. agr.ca. Program to assist the Canadian agri-food industry. Alliance of Manufacturers and Exporters Canada. 75 International Boulevard. 4th FL. Etobicoke, on M9W6L9. 877-463-6284. 416-798-8000. Fax, 416-798-8050. ctidirectory.com. Publish the Canadian Trade Index, which lists 30,000 companies. Asia Pacific Foundation of Canada. Number 666. 999 Canada Place. Vancouver, BCV 6C 3 × 10 to the power of first. 604-684-5986. Fax, 604-681-1370. Asia Access International Business Group. 475 House Street. Number 613. Vancouver, BCV 6C2B3. 800-656 Asia. Fax, 604-688-2788. Canadian Association of Importers and Exporters. 438 University Avenue. Number 1618. Toronto, on M5G2K8. 416-595-5333. Fax, 416-595-8226. info@caie.ca. importers.ca. Canada Awards for Business Excellence. Industry Canada. 235 Queen Street. Ottawa, on K105. 613-944-2395. infoexport.gc.ca/awards-pre. Has the Canada Export Award. Canadian Exporters Association. Number 250. 99 Bank Street. Ottawa, on KIP 6B9. 613-238-8888. Fax, 613-563-9218. Canadian Exporters Catalog. International Publishing and Development. Number 109, 31060, Peardenville Road. Abbotsford, BCV 2T6K5. 604-855-9115. Fax, 604-855-9117. ipd@worldexport.com. worldexport.com. Canadian Chamber of Commerce. Number 501. 350 Sparks Street. Ottawa, on KIR7S8. 613-238-4000. Fax, 613-238-7643. chamber.ca. Canadian Commercial Corporation. 50 O'Connor Street. 11th. FL. Ottawa, on K1A0S6. 613-996-0034. Fax, 613-995-2121. info@ccc.ca. ccc.ca. CCC monitors actual export contracts by giving credit and authorizing payments, acting as the intermediary by collecting money from the foreign customer and paying the Canadian business. Canadian International Development Agency. 200 Promenade du Portage. Hull, QCK1A OG4. 800-230-6349. 819-953-5023 TDD/TTY. Fax, 819-953-6088. info@acdi-cita.gc.ca. acdi-cita.gc.ca. Canadian International Development Agency. Renaissance Eastern Europe Program. 200 Promenade du Portage. Hull, QCK1A0G4. 819-997-5006. Fax, 819-953-6088. info@acdi-cita.gc.ca. acdi-cita.gc.ca. Canadian International Trade Association. Number 611. 2 Carlton Street, Toronto, on M5B1J3. 416-351-9728. Fax, 416-351-9911. Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. 1 Nicholas Street, number 1500. Ottawa, on Kin 7B7. 613-238-8888. The-alliance.org. Corporate office is in Mississauga, national office in Ottawa, plus offices in all 10 provinces. Directory of Canadian business in Japan. 5312 Marine Drive West, Vancouver, BCV 7W2P8. 604-921-8196. Fax, 604-921-8192. dcbj.com. Inquiries Center. Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. 800-267-8376. 613-944-4000, Ottawa. dfate-maci.gc.ca. dfate-maci.gc.ca/businesswomen. Inquiries, publications. Export assistance. 5 Place Ville-Marie, number 400. Montreal, QC, HSB 5 times 10 to the power of 7th. 888-465-6252. Fax, 514-285-7838. bdc.ca. Helps companies develop export opportunities. Export Credit Insurance Info. 800-850-9626. Export Development Division/TCE. Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. 125 Sussex Drive, Ottawa, on K1A002. 613-944-4946. Fax, 613-944-1078. 800-551-4946. Fax, 1-800-667-3802. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Export Development Corp. 151 O'Connor St. Ottawa, on K101K3. 613-598-2992. Fax, 613-598-3098. 800-850-9626. 604-688-8658, Vancouver. 403-294-0928, Calgary. 800-665-7871, Manitoba and Saskatchewan. 416-364-0135, Toronto. 519-645-5258, London. 514-878-1881, Montreal. 902-429-0426, Halifax. Export at edc4.edc.ca. edc.ca. Federation of Export Clubs Canada. Number 1402. 67 Yonge Street, Toronto, on M5E1J8. 416-364-4112. Fax, 416-364-4074. Foreign Affairs and International Trade. Science and Technology Division. 125 Sussex Drive, Ottawa, on K1A0G2. 613-996-0971. 800-267-8376. dfate-maci.gc.ca. They help Canadian business sell their technology or acquire foreign technology for Canadian usage. Foreign Affairs and International Trade Development. Latin America and Caribbean Trade Division. 125 Sussex Drive, Ottawa, on K1A OG2, Canada. 613-996-5547. Fax, 613-943-8806. Forum for International Trade Training. 30 Metcalfe Street 4th floor, Ottawa, on K1P5L4. 613-230-3553. Fax, 613-230-6808. 800-561-FITT. corp@fit.ca. fit.ca. Grow Export Program. 800-551-0606. Loan Program by CIBC Bank and Export Development Corporation, edc.ca. Industry Canada. 235 Queen Street, number 800. Ottawa, on K105. 613-954-5540. Fax, 613-952-0290. straightgis.gc.ca. International Business and Trade. Directories. Grey House Publishing Incorporated. 185 Millerton Road, Pub 860. Millerton, New York 12546. 800-562-2139. Fax, 518-789-0556. Books at greyhouse.com. greyhouse.com/international.htm. International Business Opportunities Center. Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. 125 Sussex Drive, Ottawa, on K1A002. 613-944-6000. Fax, 613-996-2635. eboc@dfate-maci.gc.ca. eboc.gc.ca. Partnership between the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade and Industry Canada to match Canadian firms with foreign firms for trade and development. International Cultural Relations Program. 125 Sussex Drive, Ottawa, on Kia 0G2. 613-992-5726. Fax, 613-992-5965. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Program of Grants to Promote Canadian Culture Abroad. iTrade Finance Inc. Number 409. 200 Consumers Road, Toronto, on M2J4R4. 877-734-7773. 416-492-7773. Fax, 416-492-7749. info@edfi.net. Export/Import Finance Company. NAFTA Information OSC. Revenue Canada Customs, Excise, and Tax. 555 Mackenzie Avenue, Ottawa, on Kia 0L5, Canada. 613-941-0965. Fax, 1613-941-8138. NAFTA Secretariat, Canadian Section. 90 Sparks Street number 705. Ottawa, on K1P5B4, Canada. 613-992-9380. Fax, 613-992-9392. NAFTA Export Pages. West Marketing Resources Group. 800-331-7384. North Star Incorporated. Hashtag 205-5811 Cooney Road, Richmond, BC, V6X SME. 604-664-5828. Fax, 604-664-5838. Northstar.ca. Loans to exporters. Program for Export Market Development /PEMD. Info Center. 125 Sussex Drive, Ottawa, on K1A0G2. 613-944-4000. Fax, 613-996-9709. 800-267-8376. Fax link, 613-944-4500. infoexport.gc.ca/PEMD. infoexport.gc.ca/programs-e.asp. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Working capital for exporters. 5 Place Ville-Marie, number 400. Montreal, QC, H3B 5 times 10 to the power of 7th. 888-463-6252. Fax, 514-285-7858. bdc.ca. Canadian Trading Houses. CAFTHA.ca, Canadian Federation of Trading Houses. Oath.on.ca, Ontario Association of Trading Houses. PaynemCanada.com, Ontario. CBSC.org, look for export trading houses. Canadian Translators. ATIA.ab.ca, Alberta. ATIM.mb.ca, Manitoba. ATIO.on.ca, Ontario. Chebukto.ns.ca/commerce/aiden/index.html, Nova Scotia. Jobfutures.ca/jobfutures/noc/512.html, Writing, Translating and Public Relations Professionals. odaq.org/n/index.html, Quebec. stbc.org, British Columbia. uottawa.ca/association/csict/printci-e.html, Translation Industry. Canadian Translators and Interpreters Council. 1 Nicholas Street, number 1202. Ottawa, on Kin 7B7. 613-562-0379. Fax, 613-241-4098. ctic@on.iban.com. synapse.net/ctic. Canadian Transportation, Storage, and Logistics. tac-atc.ca, Transportation Association of Canada. tc.gc.ca, Transport Canada. aptca.ca, Atlantic Provinces Trucking Association. atlasvanlines.ca, Movers. ats-c.agr.ca/public/html-docs/e2801.htm, International Freight Forwarding Info. bcferries.com. bomertgroup.com, Truck Transport Guide. Challenger.com, Trucking, Cambridge, on. chs-shc.dfo-mpo.gc.ca, Fisheries and Oceans. chs-shc.dfo-mpo.gc.ca/chs, Hydrographic Service. ciffa.com, Canadian International Freight Forwarders Association. citt.ca, Canadian Institute of Traffic and Transportation. corridors.gc.ca, Transportation System, Corridors for Trade. cscb.ca, Society of Customs Brokers. ctl.ca, Canadian Transportation and Logistics Magazine. dbrs.com, go to document search for info about the transportation subsectors. dfate-maci.gc.ca/eicb/general/brokers/htm, list of customs brokers. exportingcanadaonline.com. hsmithmag.com, Hazardous Materials Management. iatia.org, International Air Transport Association. infochain.org/directory/index.html, Canadian Association of Supply Chain and Logistics Management. itscanada.ca, Intelligent Transportation Systems of Canada. Kelron.com, Transportation and Warehousing, Mississauga. Laidlaw.com, Transportation Management, Burlington, On. Lakeboats.com, Great Lakes Shipping. Logiroute.com, Logistics. Marineatlantic.ca, Ferries. Marinetalk.com. mmdonline.com, Materials Management and Distribution. Mover.net, Canadian Movers. northernstar.ub.ca/hauler.main.html, the hauler, supplier, and manufacturers directory, Calgary. nss.gc.ca, Canadian Search and Rescue Organizations. ontariogarage.com, Auto Centres Ontario. ontruck.org, Ontario Trucking Association. pacificachting.net, List of marinas, BC. portvancouver.com. railcan.ca, Railway Association of Canada. reviewcta-examineltc.gc.ca, Transportation Act Review. rivtow.com, Tugboat Towing, Vancouver. sclcanada.org, Canadian Association of Supply Chain and Logistics. shipnet.com, BC Shipping Directory. shipowners.ca. statcan.ca. stat-usa.gov. straightgis.gc.ca. tac-atc.ca, Transportation Association of Canada. tc.gc.ca/marines-ships_and_operations_standards. tc.gc.ca/marines-ships_and_operations_standards/registry, ship registry. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/report/port_competitiveness_study. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/trade transport. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/trade transport/land transportation civic es.htm. tc.gc.ca/poll/n/trade transport/maritime transportation services, ship transport. tc.gc.ca/road safety, motor transport. tradeport.org/ts/countries/Canada. trucking.mb.ca. warehouselogistics.org. westshore.com, coal export facility, Delta, BC. yank.ca, Transportation Co., Saskatoon, SK. Atlantic Transportation Journal. 11 Thornhill Drive. Halifax, Nova Scotia B3B1R9. 902-468-8027. Fax, 902-468-2425. @hfxnews.southam.ca. Association of Canadian Travel Agents. 130 Albert Street. Number 1705. Ottawa, on K1P5G4. 613-237-3657. Fax, 613-237-7052. acta.ca. Canadian Bus Association. 451 Daly Avenue. Ottawa, on Kin 6H6. 613-238-1800. Fax, 613-241-4936. buscanada.ca. Canadian Institute of Traffic and Transportation. 10 King Street East. Number 400. Toronto, on M5C1C3. 416-363-5696. Fax, 416-363-5698. info@citt.ca. citt.ca. Canadian Institute of Travel Counsellors. 55 Eglinton Avenue East. Number 209. Toronto, on M4P1G8. 416-484-4450. Fax, 416-484-4140. info@citc.ca. citc.ca. Canadian Transportation and Logistics Buyer's Guide. Business Information Group. 1450 Don Mills Road. Don Mills, on M3B2X7. 416-442-2122. 800-668-2374. Fax, 416-442-2214. Businessinformationgroup.ca. Canadian Trucking Alliance. 130 Slater Street. Number 1025. Ottawa, on K1P 6x10 squared. 613-236-9426. Fax, 613-563-2701. Kentruck.com. Canadian Urban Transit Association. 55 York Street. Number 1401. Toronto, on M5J1R7. 416-365-9800. Fax, 416-365-1295. Transit@cutaac2.on.ca. cutaac2.on.ca. Public Transit Industry. Harbour and Shipping. 1865 Marine Drive. Number 200. West Vancouver, BCV7V1J7. 604-922-6717. Fax, 604-922-1739. Harbour and Shipping at telus.net. Highway Star. 130 Belfield Road. Toronto, on M9WIGI. 416-614-5825. Fax, 416-614-8861. International Air Transport Association. 800 Place Victoria. POG 113. Montreal, QCH4Z1M1. 514-874-0202. Fax, 514-874-9632. IATA.org. Logistics Magazine. 916 Ste Adele. Number 115. St. Adele, QCJ8B2N2. 450-229-7777. Fax, 450-229-3233. info@vlogistics-mag.com. Motor Truck. 1450 Don Mills Road. Toronto, on M3B2X7. 416-442-2922. Fax, 416-442-2092. Businessinformationgroup.ca. Over the Road. 18 Park Glen Drive. Ottawa, on K2G3G9. 613-224-9947. 800-416-8712. Fax, 613-224-8825. otter@otter.on.ca. otr.on.ca. Railway Association of Canada. 99 Bank Street. Number 1401. Ottawa, on K1P6B9. 613-567-8591. Fax, 613-567-6726. rac@railcan.ca. railcan.ca. Today's Trucking. 130 Belfield Road. Toronto, on M9W1G1. 416-614-5826. Fax, 416-614-8861. Transportation Association of Canada. 2323 St. Laurent Boulevard. Ottawa, on K1G4J8. 613-736-1350. Fax, 613-736-1395. Secretariat@tac-atc.ca. tac-atc.ca. Truck News. 1450 Don Mills Road, Toronto, on M3B2X7. 416-442-2922. Fax, 416-442-2213. Businessinformationgroup.ca. Transport Help. 1335 Shawson Road, Mississauga, on L4W1C4. 888-262-2218. 905-670-8239. Fax, 905-670-1329. info@transporthelp.com. Transporthelp.com. Transportation Industry Employment Agency, several offices. Transport Help. 790 Industrial Road, Box 3160. Cambridge, on N3H4S6. 519-653-1770. Fax, 519-653-4132. Transport Help. 25 Van Eyck Court, Lively, on P3Y1K8. 705-692-9215. Fax, 705-692-9256. Transport Help. 161 Main Street, Thunder Bay, on P7B 655. 807-346-4370. Fax, 807-345-2476. Transport Help. 4120 Belgreen Drive, Pog 423. Gloucester, on K1G3N2. 613-739-9455. Fax, 613-736-7798. Transport Help. 1890 Boulevard des Sources, Pointe Claire, QCH9R5B1. 888-294-1943. Fax, 866-263-5553. Centers for International Business Studies. Centers for International Business Studies, sponsored by Industry Canada, have three purposes: to educate students in world trade, to provide workshops, seminars, etc. to the world trade business community, to study the business of world trade to try to get better at it. Centers for International Business Studies are located at each of the following universities. Look for the School of Business icon, then look for the Center for International Business Studies icon. Carleton.ca, Ottawa. DAL.ca, Halifax. UAlberta.ca. UBC.ca, British Columbia. UCalgary.ca. UMoncton.ca. UManitoba.ca. UNB.ca, New Brunswick. USASK.ca. UWO.ca, Western, London, on. YourQ.ca, Toronto. Export Development Corporation, EDC. The Export Development Corporation provides services to businesses exporting products. Companies who export less than $1 million can get assistance at 866-283-2957. Companies who export more than $1 million can get assistance at 866-278-2300. Head Office: Export Development Canada. 151 O'Connor Street, Ottawa, on K1A1K3. 613-598-2500. Fax, 613-237-2690. EDC.ca. EDC Regional Offices. Vancouver Office. 1 Bentel Centre, number 1030. 505 Burrard Street, Box 58. Vancouver, BCV7X1M5. 604-638-6950. Fax, 604-638-6955. Calgary Office. Home Oil Tower, number 606. 324-8th Avenue SW. Calgary, UP T2P2Z2. 403-537-9800. Fax, 403-537-9811. Edmonton Office. Number 905, 10010-106 Th Street. Edmonton, UP T5J3L8. 780-702-5233. Fax, 780-702-5235. Winnipeg Office. Commodity Exchange Tour. Number 2075, 360 Main Street. Winnipeg, MBR3C3Z3. 204-975-5090. Fax, 204-975-5094. Toronto Office. Number 810. 150 York Street. Pub 810. Toronto, on M5H3S5. 416-640-7600. Fax, 416-862-1267. London Office. Number 1512. 148 Fullerton Street. London, on N6A5P3. 519-963-5400. Fax, 519-963-5407. Ottawa Office. 151 O'Connor Street. Ottawa, on K1A1K3. 613-597-8523. Fax, 613-598-6858. Montreal Office. Number 4520. 800 Victoria Square. Pub 124, Tour de la Bourse. Montreal, QCH4Z1C3. 514-908-9200. Fax, 514-878-9891. Quebec City Office. Number 1340, 2875 Boulevard Laurier. STE-FOI, QCG1V2 square meters. 418-266-6130. Fax, 418-266-6131. Moncton Office. 735 Main Street Number 400. Moncton NBE1C1 times 10 to the power of 5th. 506-851-6066. Fax, 506-851-6406. Halifax Office. Putty's Wharf Tower 2. Number 1410, 1969 Upper Water Street. Halifax, Nova Scotia B3J3R7. 902-442-5205. Fax, 902-442-5204. St. John's Office. 90 O'Leary Avenue. St. John's, NFA1B2C7. 709-772-8808. Fax, 709-772-8693. International Trade Centers. These are government centers geared to help Canadian business go worldwide. They work with the Department of Foreign Affairs trade offices in most countries of the world. They help promote the products and services of Canadian firms to markets in foreign countries. The Northwest Territories is managed by the Edmonton and Calgary offices. The Yukon is managed by the Vancouver office. Nunavut is managed by the Calgary office. infoexport.gc.ca/pemd_annex-e.asp. infoexport.gc.ca/itc-e.asp. infoexport.gc.ca/pemd. infoexport.gc.ca/trade. Foreign Affairs and International Trade. 125 Sussex Drive. Ottawa, on K1A0G2. 800 267-8376. dfate-maci.gc.ca. Nova Scotia. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 1801 Hollis Street. Halifax, Nova Scotia B3J2V9. 902-426-7540. Fax, 902-426-5218. New Brunswick. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. Unit 103. 1045 Main Street. Moncton NBE1C1H1. 506-851-6452. Fax, 506-851-6429. Prince Edward Island. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 5 Fitzroy Street. Kalotatown, PECIA 7M8. 902-566-7382. Fax, 902-566-7450. Newfoundland. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 10th floor. John Cabot Building. Phase 2, 10 Barters Hill. St. John's NFA 1B3R9. 709-772-5511. Fax, 709-772-5093. Quebec. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 7th floor. 5 Place Ville Marie. Montreal QCH3B2G2. 514-283-6328. Fax, 514-283-8794. Ontario. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 4th floor. 151 Yonge Street. Toronto on M5C2W7. 416-973-5053. Fax, 416-973-8161. Manitoba. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 4th floor. 400 St. Mary Avenue. Winnipeg MBR3C4K5. 204-983-5851. Fax, 204-983-3182. Saskatchewan. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 7th floor. Princeton Tower. 123 2nd Avenue South. Saskatoon SK57K7 times 10 to the power of 6th. 306-975-5315. Fax, 306-975-5334. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 320-1801 Hamilton Street. Regina SKS4P3N8. 306-780-6325. Fax, 306-780-8797. Alberta. Also responsible for the Northwest Territories and Nunavut. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. Number 725. Canada Place. 9700 Jasper Avenue. Edmonton of T5J4C3. 780-495-2944. Fax, 780-495-4507. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. 30639 5th Avenue Southwest. Calgary of T2P0M9. 403-292-4575. Fax, 403-292-4578. British Columbia. Also responsible for the Yukon Territory. International Trade Centre. Industry Canada. Number 2000. 300 West Georgia Street. Vancouver BC V6B6EI. 604-666-0434. Fax, 666-0954. North Star Trade Finance Incorporated. North Star Trade Finance Incorporated is an export financing company which assists small Canadian companies expand into international markets. North Star Trade Finance Inc. 5811 Cooney Road No. 205. Richmond, BCV 6X3M1. 604-664-5828. Fax, 604-664-5838. 800-663-5288. Northstar.ca. Calgary Branch Office. 3rd floor. 777, 8th Avenue SW. Calgary, UP T2P3R5. 403-261-9421. Fax, 403-261-9411. Toronto Branch Office. Number 501. 1 University Avenue. Toronto, on M5J2PLR. 416-861-8222. Fax, 416-861-8233. Montreal Branch Office. 2 Place Felix Martin. 455, Rendeltvesk BLD West. Montreal, QCH3C3A7. 514-874-3366. Fax, 514-874-8428. World Trade Statistics Canada. cra.gc.ca/custom/general/publication/customs_terry-ff. statcan.ca/english/ips/data. statcan.ca/trade/script/tradesarch.cgi. straightgis.gc.ca/tdo. Canadian Customs Brokers/Freight Forwarders. atn-rea.agr.ca/can/e2801.htm, International Freight Forwarding in Canada. cscb.ca. dfate-maci.gc.ca. aacb.com, Customs Brokers, Surrey, BC. Affiliated.ca. Toronto. ciffa.com, International Freight Forwarders Association. cscb.ca, Society of Customs Brokers. emeryworldwide.com. fci.ca. ftn.fedex.com. hubgroup.com. hud.com. kentline.com. milgram.com. milnancraighead.com. nationalfastfreight.com. panalpina.com. rider.com. schenker.ca. sjport.com/english/port_services/directory_of_freight_forwarders.html, stjohn, nb. taco.ca. transfor.com, Transportation Services in Canada. travelers.ca. universallogistics.ca. up.com, Union Pacific, Shipping Co., Edmonton. ups-scs.com. vancouver-webpages.com. Association of International Customs and Border Agencies. 85 Albert Street. Number 1500. Ottawa, on K1P6A4. 613-236-9039. Fax, 613-236-9175. aicba.org. Canadian International Freight Forwarders Association. 1243 Islington Avenue No. 706. Etobicoke, on M8X1Y9. Telephone 416-234-5100. Fax 416-234-5152. ciffa.com. Canadian Shippers Council. 48 Balsam Drive. Bay d'Irf, QCH9X3K5. 514-457-7268. Fax, 514-457-7269. Shipping industry. Society of Customs Brokers. Number 320. 55, Murray Street. Ottawa, on kin 5 cubic meters. 613-562-3543. Fax, 613-562-3548. CSCB at cscb.ca. cscb.ca. Canada Business, Expat, and Tourist Websites. Expatriates.com. Octa.com, American Women's Club of Toronto. BonjourQuebec.com, is the official tourism website of the Government of Quebec. Fodors.com/world/north-americas/Canada, Canada. Fromers.com/destination/Canada. LonelyPlanet.com/Canada.tourism British Columbia. Canada.travel, is the official travel portal of the Canadian Tourism Commission, 55, Metcalfe Street Suite 600 Ottawa, on, Canada K1P6L5. CanadaWorkPermit.com. expat.focus.com/expatriate-Canada. expat.forums.com. expatriates.com/classified/Canada. export.gov/Canada. export.gov/Canada, is a U.S. commercial service offering assistance to help U.S. businesses to export goods and services to markets worldwide. mchamcanada.ca, Box 160 to 260 Adelaide Street, Toronto, Ontario, Canada M501N1. 416-777-8512. HelloBC.com, is the official travel website of British Columbia. JustLanded.com/English/Canada. live-radio.net/Canada_splash.html. livingabroadincanada.com. onlinenewspapers.com/Canada.htm, Canada. Chapter 2. Provincial Trade Offices. Provincial Trade Offices. Alberta Trade Office. Department of Economic Development and Trade. Sterling PL. 9940 106th Street. Edmonton, UP T5K2P6. 800-272-9675. British Columbia Trade Office. BC Trade Development Corp. 750 Pacific Boulevard South. Building B. Vancouver, BCV 6B 5 × 10 to the power of 7th. 800-972-2255. British Columbia Trade and Investment Office. 7th floor. 1810 Blanchard Street. Victoria, BCV 8W9N3. 250-952-0632. Fax, 250-952-0637. British Columbia Trade and Investment Office. 730-999 Canada Place. Vancouver, BCV 6C 3 × 10 to the power of 1st. 604-844-1900. Fax, 604-660-2457. British Columbia Institute for Studies in International Trade. Number 422, 555 Seymour Street. Vancouver, BCV 6B3H6. 604-412-7686. Fax, 604-687-2488. gizit.bcit.ca. Not-for-profit, independent training institute that offers training programs for the business community interested in trade. BC Ministry of Finance and Corporate Relations. Consumer Taxation Branch. 1802 Douglas Street, Victoria, BCV 8T4K6. 604-660-4524. gov.bc.ca/ctb. Refund on tax paid for materials used to construct portable buildings. Equity Capital Program. Ministry of Finance. 250-387-0 0225 800 665 6597. Fax 250 387 1080. 30% tax credit incentive to corporations or individuals who invest in a registered venture capital corporation/VCC. Ministry of Competition, Science and Enterprise. Business Investment Branch. 4th floor. 1405 Douglas Street. Victoria, BCV 8W3C1. bciv.business.sb.gov.bc.ca. Manitoba Trade Office. Department of Industry, Trade and Tourism. 155 Carlton Street. 6th FL. Winnipeg, MBR3C3H8. 204-945-7738. 800-282-8069. New Brunswick Trade Office. Department of Commerce and Technology. Centennial Building. King St. Number 517. Pub 6000. Fredericton, NBE 3B5H1. 506-453-3608. Newfoundland Trade Office. Trade, Investment and Promotion Branch. Department of Development. Confederation Building. West Block. 4th FL. Pub 8700. St. John's, NFA 1B4J6. 709-576-5680. Nova Scotia Trade Office. Trade Development Centre. Department of Industry, Trade and Technology. World Trade and Convention Centre. 1800 Argyle Street. 6th FL. Halifax, NSB 3J2R7. 902-424-6660. Ontario Trade Office. Industry and Trade Expansion Division. Department of Industry, Trade and Technology. Hearst Block. 900 Bay Street. Toronto, on M7 at 2 × 10 to the power of first. 800-387-6142. 416-965-5494. Prince Edward Island Trade Office. Department of Industry. Shaw Building. Rockfort St. Pub 2000. Charlottetown, PEC 1A7N8. 902-368-4219. Quebec Trade Office. Ministère d'Affaires Internationales. 770 Rue Sherbrooke West. 7th FL. Montreal, QCH 301G1. Ministère d'Affaires Internationales. 875 Grand Ollie Estate. 4th FL. Quebec, QCG1R4Y8. 418-643-1344. Saskatchewan Trade Office. Department of Trade and Investment. 1919 Saskatchewan Drive. Regina, SKR3C3H8. 306-787-2207. Saskatchewan Trade. Number 320, 1801 Hamilton Street. Regina, SKS4P3C6. 306-787-9210. Fax, 306-787-6666. 877-313-7244. Inquire at sasktrade.sk.ca. sasktrade.sk.ca. Saskatchewan Trade. 500-402 21st Street East. Saskatoon, SKS7K0C3. 306-933-6551. Fax 306-933-6556. sasktrade.sk.ca. Provincial Government Trade Offices. Alberta Government Trade Office. Alberta Economic Development Authority. McDougall Centre. 455, 6th Street Southwest. Calgary of T2P 4 times 10 to the power of 8th. 403-297-3022. Fax, 403-297-6435. gov.ab.ca. Investment and Trade. 310-0000. alberta-canada.com/department/invtrd.cfm. British Columbia Government Trade Office. International Services Branch. Ministry of Employment and Investment. 999 Canada Place. Number 730. Vancouver, BCV 6C 3 times 10 to the power of 1st. 604-844-1837. dir.gov.bc.ca. Investment and Trade. 800-663-7867. cse.gov.bc.ca/doing business/BC government link/BCTIO. Manitoba Government Trade Office. Manitoba Trade and Investment Corporation. 410-155 Carleton Street. Winnipeg, MBR3C3H8. 204-945-2466. 800-529-9981. gov.mb.ca/itt/trade/index.html. New Brunswick Government Trade Office. NB Business Service Center. Trade Branch. Economic Development, Tourism and Culture. 670 King Street, Room 549. Pub 6000. Fredericton, NBE3B5H1. 506-453-3649. 800-668-1010. gov.nb.ca/edt/econdev.asp. gnb.ca/inv-exp/ia-ie.asbm. Newfoundland and Labrador Government Trade Office. Department of Industry, Trade and Technology. Government of Newfoundland and Labrador. Pub 8700. St. John's, NFA 1B4J6. 709-729-5600. 709-729-5936. gov.nl.ca. success.nfld.net. Nova Scotia Government Trade Office. Investment and Trade Directorate. 902-424-5659. Fax 902-424-5739. gov.ns.ca. novascotiabusiness.com/expttr/ettop. novascotiabusiness.com. 877-297-2124. Ontario Government Trade Office. Trade Development Division / Ontario Exports Inc. Simcoe, 7th floor. 56 Wellesley Street West. Toronto, on M7A 2 times 10 to the power of 4th. 416-314-8200. 877-468-7233. Ontario-Canada.com/export. Prince Edward Island Government Trade Office. Prince Edward Island. Business Development Inc. Trade and Export Development. 3rd and 4th floors. Holman Building. 25 University Avenue. Pub 910. Charlottetown, PECIA 7L9. gov.pe.ca/development/index.php3. paybusinessdevelopment.com/trade/index. Quebec Government Trade Office. Ministry of Industry and Commerce. 710, Place Duville. Quebec, QCG1R4Y4. 418-691-5950. Fax, 418-644-0118. govi.qc.ca. mike.govi.qc.ca/commerce-exterior/index. Ministry of Industry and Commerce. 380, Rue Saint-Antoine Quest. Montreal, QCH 273X7. 514-499-2550. Fax, 514-873-9913. Saskatchewan Government Trade Office. Saskatchewan Economic and Cooperative Development. 1919 Saskatchewan Drive. Regina, SKS4P3V7. 306-787-2232. Fax, 306-787-2159. gov.sk.ca/government-econdef/ Saskatchewan Economic and Cooperative Development. 20615 Innovation Boulevard. Saskatoon, SK57N2X8. 306-933-7200. Fax 306-933-8244. Northwest Territories Government Trade Office. government.nt.ca/rwed. Nunavut Government Trade Office. gov.nu.ca/sd. Yukon Government Trade Office. economicdevelopment.yk.ca. Chapter 3. World Trade Info by Province. Alberta World Trade Info. agric.gov.ab.ca. alberta.ca. alberta-canada.com. albertacanada.com/export. alberta-canada.com/export/ebo.cfm. albertaindex.com. albertaventure.com. canadabusiness.ca. edmontonchamber.com. international.alberta.ca. library.ualberta.ca/subject/government/index.cfm. mwtc.org, Montana World Trade Center. northernalberta.worldweb.com. worldtradefm.com. worldwidetradeservices.net, locating, purchasing and shipping of goods to customers around the world, headquartered in Donalda, Alberta. British Columbia World Trade Info. agf.gov.bc.ca/trade/wdoag.htm, agriculture. AsiaPacificPartnership.org. bccanadapavilion.ca. bccanadaplace.gov.bc.ca. britishcolumbia.com. chilliwack.life.com/education/chilliwack_world_trade_university.html. ecdf.gov.bc.ca/programs and services/trade. vancouverBritishColumbia.com. wtcvan.readyhosting.com. wtuglobal.org. Manitoba World Trade Info. cga-manitoba.org. edc.ca. fairtrademanitoba.ca. farmscape.com. gov.mb.ca. pembinatrails.ca/program/library/ss/gr7ss.htm, World Trade Organization, Government of Manitoba. travelmanitoba.com. uniquelymanitoba.ca. vemagazines.com. New Brunswick World Trade Info. ACOA.ca, Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency. archive.wn.com/New Brunswick, news. CanadaBusiness.ca. CanadaEast.com, breaking news, New Brunswick. ContactEast.ca, trade shows. GNB.ca, government. MonctonColiseum.com, trade shows. TravelTradesmart.com/nb_rec_n.htm, New Brunswick receptive operators. Newfoundland World Trade Info. intrd.gov.nl.ca/intrd/tp.htm, International Trade Agreements. busy.mun.ca. cbc.ca. newfoundlandlabrador.com/travel-trade. mun.ca. gov.nl.ca. Nova Scotia World Trade Info. WTCCHalifax.com, World Trade and Convention Center. ttns.gov.ns.ca, Trade Team. NovaScotiaTravel.ca. all-hotels.com/Canada/Nova_Scotia. NovaScotia.com/travel-trade. gov.ns.ca/econ/trade. TradeCenterLimited.com. nsbitrade.com, Nova Scotia Business Inc., Export and Trade. acoa.ca. cbsc.ic.gc.ca/ns. wtcno.org, Doing Business with Nova Scotia. novascotiabusiness.com. wtcac.com, World Trade Center Atlantic Canada. Ontario World Trade Info. wtcdw.net, wtcdw.com, World Trade Center Detroit/Windsor. wtcbn.org, World Trade Center Buffalo Niagara. ontariocanada.com/oei. ontario-canada.com. international.gc.ca. investandtradeontario.com. Prince Edward Island World Trade Info. TradeTeamPay.com. islandcoffee.ca. wowdirectory.com. gov.pe.ca. paybusinessdevelopment.com. Prince Edward Island-business.com. acoa.ca. Quebec World Trade Info. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/world_trade_center_Montreal. CanadaNewsWire.com. QuebecRegion.com. Entrepreneur.com/trade-journals. AlgoMTL.com, an international import-export trade leads board. Saskatchewan World Trade Info. gov.sk.ca. sasktrade.sk.ca. Entrepreneur.com/trade-journals. eBoardofTrade.com, Saskatoon and District Chamber of Commerce. TradeTeam.sk.ca. newfarm.org/column/Saskatchewan. sasktourism.com/travel-industry/travel-trade. CanadaBusiness.ca. SaskatchewanTrade.com. AlgoMTL.com, an international import-export trade leads board. Yukon World Trade Info. meetingsyukon.com, Convention Center. TravelYukon.com/trade/tools for trade. newszoom.com/list/newspapers/Canada/Yukon. dfate-maci.gc.ca/Canada-magazine, the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. international.gc.ca. international.gc.ca/Canada-magazine. Chapter 4. Canadian Government Travel. Passport information. Canadian passports are issued only to Canadian citizens. All applicants, including children whose names will appear on a parent's passport, must submit documentary proof of Canadian citizenship either in the form of a Canadian birth certificate or, if not born in Canada, either a certificate of Canadian citizenship or a certificate of naturalization in Canada. Give yourself at least 2 months for the application process. The passport is valid for 5 years and you must report it immediately if it's lost or stolen. Possession of a passport does not guarantee entry into a foreign country. Some have visa requirements which you must apply for in advance. Check with the appropriate embassy of the country you are traveling to make sure. There are 2 application forms, A, for applicants 16 and over, and B, for those under 16. These can be obtained from the National Office, main post offices, regional passport offices and some travel agencies. Children under 16 have the option of having their name on their parents' passport or having a separate one made up using Form B. Check for vaccination requirements before your trip and write or call the Department of External Affairs 613-992-3705 to determine if the country you are going to is politically safe and stable. You can apply for a passport through the mail at the National Office. Passport Office. Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. Government of Canada. Ottawa, on Kia 0G3. Canada. 800-567-6868. 819-994-3500, Ottawa Hull area. 514-283-2152, Montreal area. 416-973-3251, Toronto area. 604-586-5200, Vancouver area. 819-994-3500, Canadians living in the United States. 819-994-3560, TTY. ppt.gc.ca. voyage.gc.ca/main/pub/USA-bound-n.asp. Consular Affairs. 800-267-6788. dfate.maci.gc.ca. You can apply for a passport in person at either of the regional offices. Harry Hayes Building. 220 4th Avenue. SE. Number 254. Calgary, UB. Canada Place Building. 9700 Jasper Avenue. Number 160. Edmonton, UB. 8011 Saba Road. Number 135. Richmond, BC. 13401-108 Th Abe. Number 900, Surrey, BC. Sinclair Centre. 757 Hastings Street West. Number 200. Vancouver, BC. Scotiabank Building. 747 Fort Street. 5th floor. Victoria, BC. 433 Main Street. Number 400, Winnipeg. MB. 77 Westmoreland Street. Number 430, Fredericton, NB. TD Place. 140 Water Street. Number 702. St. John's, NF. Maritime Centre. 1505 Barrington Street. Number 1508. Halifax, Nova Scotia. Standard Life Building. 120 King Street West. Number 330. Hamilton, on. The Galleria. 101 Frederick Street. Number 630. Kitchener, on. 400 York Street. Number 201. London, on. Central Parkway Mall. Number 377. Blenheimthorpe Road E. 2nd floor. Number 116. Mississauga. On. Joseph Shepherd Building. 4900 Yonge Street. Number 380. North York, on. C.D. Howe Building. 240 Sparks Street. Level C, East Tower. Ottawa, on. 200 Town Centre Court. Number 210. Scarborough, on. Landmark Building. 43 Church Street. Number 600. St. Catharines, on. 979 Alloy Drive. 2nd floor. Thunder Bay, on. 74 Victoria Street. Hashtag 300 Toronto, on. CIBC Building. 100 Ouellette Avenue. Number 1010. Windsor, on. Place du Centre. 200 Promenade du Portage. Commercial, Level 2. Gatineau, Hull Sector, QC. Immeuble Saint-Michel. 3885 Harvey Boulevard. Number 408. Saguenay, QC. 3 Place Laval. Number 500. Laval, QC. Complex Guy Favreau. 200 René Levesque Boulevard W. Hashtag 803 West Tower. Montreal, QC. Belcourt Tower. Place de la Cite. 2600 Laurier Boulevard. Number 2410. 4th floor. Quebec, QC. 3300 Chemincy, T. Ever 2. Number 112. Saint Laurent, QC. 1870 Albert Street. Number 500. Regina, SK. Federal Building. 101 22nd Street East. Number 405. Saskatoon, SK. Canadian Customs Offices. Canadian Customs and Revenue Agency. Ottawa, on Kia OL5. 888-226-7277. 800-461-9999. 613-993-0534. 204-983-3500. ccr-adrc.gc.ca. Free booklet I Declare and several others about firearms, pets, vehicles, etc. Canadian Customs and Revenue Agency. International Tax Services Office. 2204 Walkley Road. Ottawa, on Kia 18. 800-267-5177. 613-952-3741. 613-952-3502. Fax, 613-941-2505. ccr-adrc.gc.ca. Handles income tax for non-residents and Canadian citizens working abroad. Canadian Customs Office. Atlantic Region. 5th floor, CIBC Building. 1809 Barrington Street. Halifax NSR 3J1K8. 902-426-2914. Fax, 902-426-5042. Canadian Customs Office. 8th floor. 400 Place Duville. Montreal QCH2Y2C2. 800-461-9999. Canadian Customs Office. 3rd floor. 2265 Saint Laurent Boulevard. Ottawa on KIG 4K3. 613-991-0566. Fax, 613-957-9080. Canadian Customs Office. Peacebridge Plaza. 60 Walnut Street. Fort Erie on L2A5N7. 905-994-6330. Fax, 905-994-6339. Canadian Customs Office. Greater Toronto Area. 303 to 6725 Airport Road. Mississauga on L4V42. 800-461-9999. Fax, 905-676-3574. Canadian Customs Office. Windsor/St. Clair. POG 1655. Windsor on N9A7G7. 519-257-6400. Fax, 519-257-6333. Canadian Customs Office. 3rd floor. I-Front Street West. POG 10, Station A. Toronto on M5WIA3. 416-973-6423. Fax, 416-954-8337. Canadian Customs Office. Main floor. Federal Building. 269 Main Street. Winnipeg MBR3CIB3. 204-983-3758. Fax, 204-983-8849. Canadian Customs Office. 607 to 333 Dunsmuir Street. Vancouver, BCV 6B5R4. 666-0760. Fax, 604-666-1876. Canadian Embassy websites. To find the Canadian Embassy in any country or city, try the following formula. Name of country or city.gc.ca. India.gc.ca. London.gc.ca. dfate-maci.gc.ca/world/embassies/cra-n.asp, 800-267-8376. dfate-maci.gc.ca/geo/usa/canadian-e.htm, Canadian consulates in the U.S. dfate-maci.gc.ca/english/invest/menu.htm, foreign affairs and international trade. dfate-maci.gc.ca/menu-e.asp, list of Canadian missions overseas. dfate-maci.gc.ca/dfate/missions/menu-e.asp, list of embassies and consulates around the world. docuweb.ca. impactconsulting.com/embassyot, foreign embassies in Canada. importexportcoach.com/embassies.htm, foreign embassies in Canada. ncf.carleton.ca/freeport/government/embassies. ottawa.net. pages.infinite.net/econet/net.html, Canadian embassies worldwide. publications.pwgsc.gc.ca, booklet directory of diplomatic missions in Ottawa. rdm.qc.ca/consul, foreign embassies in Canada, abroad and tourism offices. undp.org/missions. yosaskatchewanka/sas/isou/country/embassy.html, foreign embassies in Canada. usembassycanada.gov, American Embassy in Canada. Canadian embassies around the world. When writing to any of these embassies, preface it with Canadian Embassy/High Commission and don't forget the name of the country itself. Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade. 125 Sussex Drive. Ottawa, Ontario 2. 800-267-8376. 613-944-4000. 613-996-8885, Emergency Consular Services. 800-267-6788, Travel Reports. 613-944-6788, Travel Reports. Fax, 800-575-2500, Travel Reports. dfate-maci.gc.ca. dfate-maci.gc.ca/travel report menu. Afghanistan. See Pakistan, Islamabad. Albania. Canadian Embassy. Riga Brigade 8. Paladi 2. Apt 1. Tirana, Albania. 355-42-57274. 355-42-57275. Fax, 355-42-57273. Algeria. Canadian Embassy. 18 Rue Mustafa Khalef. Ben Aknoun, Alger, Algeria. 213-2-91-49-51. 213-2-91-49-60. Fax, 213-2-91-49-73. Andorra. See Spain, Madrid. Angola. Canadian High Commission. Rua Reik Diavala 113. Luanda, Angola. 244-2-34837. Fax, 244-2-349-49. Anguilla, Antigua/Barbuda. See Barbados. Argentina. 2828 Tagal. C 1425E. Buenos Aires, Argentina. 54-11-4805 3032. Fax, 54-11-4806-1209. Armenia. Consulate of Canada. 25, Demirjian Street. Number 21. Yerevan, Armenia. 374-1-40-1238. Fax, 374-2-56-79-03. Aruba. See Netherlands Antilles. Australia. Canadian High Commission. Commonwealth Abe. Canberra Act 2600. Australia. 61-2-6270-4000. Fax, 61-2-6270-4081. Melbourne. Consulate of Canada. 123, Camberwell Road, Hawthorne. East, Victoria 3123. Australia. 61-3-9811-9999. Fax, 61-3-9811-9969. Perth. Consulate of Canada. 267 St. George's Terr, Perth. Western Australia 6000. Australia. 61-8-9322-7930. Fax, 61-8-9261-7706. Sydney. Consulate General of Canada. Level 5, Key West. 111, Harrington Street. Sydney, NSW, 2000. Australia. 61-2-9364-3000. Fax, 61-2-9364-3098. Austria. Canadian Embassy. Lorenzerburg 2. 1010 Vienna, Austria. 43-1-53138-3000. Fax, 43-1-53138-3905. Azerbaijan. See Ankara, Turkey. Azores. See Ponta Delgada, Portugal. Bahamas. Consulate of Canada. Shirley St. Shopping Plaza. Nassau, Bahamas. 1-242-393-2123. Fax, 1-242-393-1305. Bahrain. See Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Bangladesh. Canadian High Commission. House CWN 16/A. RD. Number 48, Gulshan. Bangladesh. 880-2-988-7091. 880-2-988-7092. 880-2-988-7093. Fax, 880-2-882-3043. Barbados. Canadian High Commission. Bishop Ct. Hill. St. Michael, Barbados. 1-246-429-3550. Fax, 1-246-429-3780. Belarus. See Poland. Belgium. Canadian Embassy. 2, AV. De Tervuren. 1040 Brussels. Belgium. 32-2-741-0611. Fax, 32-2-741-0619. Belize. Consulate of Canada. 83 North Front Street. Belize City, Belize. 501-231-060. Fax, 501-230-060. Benin. Fonds Canadiens d'Initiatives Locales. Route 238, Lot 135. Zone Residentiale. Voisin USAID. Cotonou, Benin. 229-30-24-79. 229-30-49-49. Fax, 229-30-0532. Bermuda. CUSA. New York. Bhutan. Canadian Cooperation Office. POG 201. Thimphu, Bhutan. 975-2-22109. Fax, 975-2-22109. Bolivia. Consulate of Canada. Avenida 20 de Octubre 2475. Plaza Avero Sopocachi. La Paz, Bolivia. 591-2-431-215. Fax, 591-2-432-330. Bosnia-Herzegovina. Canadian Embassy. Logovina 7. 71,000 Sarajevo. Bosnia-Herzegovina. 387-71-447-900. Fax, 387-71-447-901. Botswana. Consulate of Canada. Vision Higher Building. Queens RD. Plot 182. Gaborone, Botswana. 267-3044-11. Fax, 2730-44-11. Brazil. Canadian Embassy. Avenida dos Nacos Lote 16. Centro das Embaixadas Sul. Brasilia DF Brazil. 55-61-321-2171. Fax, 55-61-321-4529. Belo Horizonte. Consulate of Canada. Rua Paribá. Number 1122, 9th FL. Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. 30,130 to 918, Brazil. 5531-239-8618. Fax, 5531-239-8789. Rio de Janeiro. Consulate of Canada. Rua Loro Muller 116. Number 2207. Torre Rio Sul Botafogo. 22,290 to 160. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 55-21-542-9297. Fax, 55-21-275-2195. Salvador. Consulate of Canada. AB. Presidente Vargas 2400. Flat 311. Andina, Salvador, Bahia. 40170-010, Brazil. 55-71-331-0064. Fax, 55-71-203-8271. São Paulo. Consulate General of Canada. Edificio Top Center. Avenida Paulista 854. 5th FL, 01310-913. São Paulo, Brazil. 55-11-253-4944. Fax, 55-113171. British Virgin Islands. See Barbados. Brunei Darussalam. Canadian High Commission. Britannia House. Hashtag 51-52, Jalan Kador. Bandar Seri Begawan 2085. Brunei Darussalam. 673-2-22-00-43. Fax, 673-2-22-00-40. Bulgaria. Consulate of Canada. C/O Ernst & Young. 38, Oberist Street. 1504 Sofia, Bulgaria. 359-2-943-3700. Fax, 359-2-943-3707. Burkina Faso. Canadian Embassy. Rue Agostino Neto. Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. 22631-18-94. Fax, 22631-19-00. Burma. C. Myanmar. Burundi. C. Kenya. Cambodia. Canadian/Australian Embassy. 9-11, RV Senia Vin Navat Aum. Sangkat Shakdamuk. Kondon Pen. Phnom Penh 23. Cambodia. 855-23-213-470. 855-0-15-915-534. Fax, 855-23-426-003. Cameroon. Canadian High Commission. Immeuble Stamatiades. Place de El Hotel de Ville. Yaoundé, Cameroon. 237-23-23-11. Fax, 237-22-10-90. Consulate of Canada. A.S. Propme. 1726 Abe. Charles de Gaulle. Douala, Cameroon. 237-43-2934. Fax, 237-4231-09. Cape Verde. C. Senegal. Cayman Islands. C. Kingston, Jamaica. Central African Republic. Consulate of Canada. Quartier Asana, Bangui. Central African Republic. 236-61-09-73. Fax, 236-61-40-74. Chad. C. Yaoundé, Cameroon. Chile. Canadian Embassy. Nueva Tajamar 481. Torre Norte, Piso 12. Las Condes. Santiago, Chile. 56-2-362-9660. Fax, 56-2-362-9393. Consulate of Canada. Trevisa del Mirador 03075. Departamento 3A. Antofagasta, Chile. 56-55-24-7652. Fax, 56-55-24-7652. Consulate of Canada. Copelican 245. Chigwayant. Concepcion, Chile. 56-4136-75-53. Fax, 56-4136-81-85. China. Canadian Embassy. 19 Dongji Menway St. Chaoyang District. Beijing, 100,600. China. 86-10-65-32-35-36. Fax, 86-10-65-32-55-44. Consulate of Canada. 1075 Metropolitan Tower. Wuyilu. Yuzhong District. Chongqing 400,010. China. 86-23-6373-8007. Fax, 86-23-6373-8026. Consulate of Canada. Number 801 China Hotel Office Tower. Luhualu. Guangzhou 510,015. China. 86-20-8666-0569. Fax, 86-20-8667-2401. Consulate of Canat. 14th FL, 1 Exchange SQ. Central, Hong Kong SAR. China. 85-2-2810-4321. Fax, 85-2-2810-6736. Consulate of Canada. American International Center. Number 604 West Tower. 1376 Nanjing Shilu. Shanghai 200,040. China. 86-21-6279-8400. Fax, 86-21-6279-8401. Colombia. Canadian Embassy. CRA. 7, hashtag 11533. Bogota, Colombia. 57-1-657-9800. Fax, 57-1-657-9912. Consulate of Canada. Edificio Centro Ejecutivo Boca Grande. Carrera 3, hashtag 8-129. Oficina 1103. Cartagena, Colombia. 57-5-665-5838. Fax, 57-5-665-5837. Comoros Islands. See Tanzania. Congo, Kinshasa. See Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo, Libreville. See Gabon. Cook Islands. See New Zealand. Costa Rica. Canadian Embassy. La Sabana Executive Business Center. Building 5, 3rd FL. Beside Contraloria General de la República. San Jose, Costa Rica. 506-296-4149. Fax, 506-296-4270. Côte d'Ivoire. Canadian Embassy. Immobile Trade Center. 23 Abe. Nogoues, Le Plateau. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. 225-20-21-20-09. Fax, 225-20-21-77-28. Croatia. Canadian Embassy. Prilazger de Zelika 4. 10,000 Zagreb, Croatia. 385-1-488-1200. 385-1-488-1211. Fax, 385-1-488-1230. Cuba. Canadian Embassy. Calle 30. Number 518 Esquina A7A. Miramar, Havana, Cuba. 53-7-24-25-16. Fax, 53-7-24-20-44. Consulate of Canada. Villa Cabanas 13-14. Cuernavaca, Holguin. Cuba. 53-24-33-20. Fax, 53-24-33-21. Consulate of Canada. Calle 13A. Avenida Primera y Camino del Mar. Varadero, Matanzas. Cuba. 53-5-61-2078. Fax, 53-5-66-7395. Cyprus. Consulate of Canada. 1 Lambuza Street. 1095 Nicosia, Cyprus. 357-2-775-508. Fax, 357-2-779-905. Czech Republic. Canadian Embassy. Mykioazova 6. 125-33 Prague 6. Czech Republic. 420-2-7210-1800. Fax, 420-2-7210-1890. Democratic Republic of Congo. Canadian Embassy. 17 Abe. Pumbu. Commune de Gaume. Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo. 243-884-1699. Fax, 243-884-1277. Denmark. Canadian Embassy. KR. Bernikausgade 1. 1105 Copenhagen K. Denmark. 4533-4832-00. Fax, 4533-4832-20. Consulate of Canada. Greenlandsfly AS. 3900 Nuuk, Greenland. 29932-88-88. Fax, 29932-02-88. Djibouti. Consulate of Canada. Place Lagarde. Djibouti, Djibouti. 25-335-38-59. 25-335-59-50. Fax, 25-335-00-14. Dominica. See Barbados. Dominican Republic. Canadian Embassy. Capitan Eugenio de Marchena 39. La Esprilla, Santo Domingo. Dominican Republic. 1-809-685-1136. Fax, 809-682-291. Consulate of Canada. Calle San Felipe 29. Puerto Plata. Dominican Republic. 1-809-586-5761. Fax, 1-809-586-5762. Ecuador. Canadian Embassy. Avenida 6 de Decembre. 2816 and Paul Rivet. Joseph Gonzalez Building. 4th FL. Quito, Ecuador. 593-2-506-162. 593-2-232-114. Fax, 593-2-503-108. Consulate of Canada. Avenida General 810 and Victor. Manuel Rendon. Edificio Torres de la Merced. 4th FL. Guayaquil, Ecuador. 593-4-563-580. 593-4-253-850. Fax, 593-4-314-562. Egypt. 5 El Saraya El Cobras Square. Arab African International Bank Building. Garden City, Cairo. Egypt. 20-2-794-3110. Fax, 20-2-796-3548. Consulate of Canada. Arab Express Shipping Co. 59 El Horia Street. Alexandria, Egypt. 20-3-493-9142. 20-3-490-9595. Fax, 20-3-490-9696. El Salvador. Office of the Canadian Embassy. Centro Financiero Gigante. Second level lobby. Alameda Roosevelt Y63 Ave. Sir. Plaza Las Americas. San Salvador, El Salvador. 503-279-4655. Fax, 503-279-0765. Equatorial Guinea. See Gabon. Eritrea. Consulate of Canada. Ondinet St. House 8789. Asmara, Eritrea. 291-1-18-24-90. 291-1-18-19-40/41. Fax, 291-1-18-24-88. Estonia. Canadian Embassy. Tukkoli 13. 2nd FL. 0100 Tallinn, Estonia. 372-6-627-3310. 372-6-627-3311. Fax, 372-6-627-3312. Ethiopia. Canadian Embassy. Old Airport Area. Hire 23, Kabili 12. Number 122. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. 251-1-7130-22. Fax, 251-1-7130-33. Fiji. Consulate of Canada. C/O Canadian Airlines International. POG 10690. Nadi Airport. Suva, Fiji. 67-9-721-936. Fax, 67-9-721-936. Finland. Canadian Embassy. Pojoys Esplanadi 25B. 00100 Helsinki 10 Finland. 358-9-17-11-41. Fax, 358-9-60-10-60. France. Canadian Embassy. 35, AB. Montaigny. 75,008 Paris. France. 33-01-44-43-29-00. Fax, 33-01-44-43-29-86. Consulate of Canada. 21 Rue Barguelat. 69,002 Lyon, France. 33-04-72-77-64-07. Fax, 33-0472-77-65-09. Consulate of Canada. 10 Rue Lamartine. 06000 Nice, France. 33-04-93-92-93-22. Fax, 33-04-93-92-55-51. Consulate of Canada. 16 Rue Jacques Debon. St. Pierre. Saint Pierre et Miquelon. 508-41-55-10. Fax, 508-41-55-10. Consulate of Canada. 30 Boulevard de Strasbourg. 31,000 Toulouse, France. 33-05-61-9930-16. Fax, 33-05-62-73-52-99. French Guiana. See Guyana. French Polynesia. Australian Consulate. Qantas Airways. Centre Vema. 3rd FL. Papeete, Tahiti. 689-43-8838. Fax, 689-41-05-19. Gabon. Canadian Embassy. Quartier Battery 4. Libreville, Gabon. 241-73-73-54. Fax, 241-73-73-88. Gambia. See Senegal. Georgia. See Ankara, Turkey. Germany. Canadian Embassy. 12th FL. Friedrichstrasse 95. 10,117 Berlin, Germany. 4930-2031-20. Fax, 4930-2031-25-90. Consulate of Canada. Benratherstrasse 8. 40,213 Dusseldorf, Germany. 49-211-17-21-70. Fax, 49-211-35-91-65. Consulate of Canada. ABC Strasse 45, 20,354. Hamburg, Germany. 49-4035-55-62-95. Fax, 49-4035-55-62-94. Consulate of Canada. Langstrasse 51. 70,174 Stuttgart, Germany. 49-711-2-23-96-78. Fax, 49-711-2-23-96-79. Ghana. Canadian High Commission. 42 Independence Avenue, Accra, Ghana. 233-21-7737-91. Fax, 233-21-7737-92. Greece. Canadian Embassy. 4 Lonagenadiou Street, 115-21 Athens, Greece. 31-727-3400. Fax, 31-727-3480. Consulate of Canada. Bank of Nova Scotia. 17 Tsimiski Street, 546-24 Thessaloniki, Greece. 3031-256-350. Fax, 3031-256-351. Greenland. Sihanouk, Greenland. Grenada. See Barbados. Guam. See Micronesia. Guatemala. Canadian Embassy. Edema Plaza Building. 8th FL. 13 Calle 8-44, Zona 10. Guatemala City, Guatemala. 502-333-6104. Fax, 502-363-4208. Guinea. Canadian Embassy. Corniche Sud. BP 99. Conakry, Guinea. 224-46-23-95. 224-46-44-48. Fax, 224-46-4235. Guinea-Bissau. See Senegal. Guyana. Canadian High Commission. High and Young STS. Georgetown, Guyana. 592-2-72081. Fax, 592-2-58380. Haiti. Canadian Embassy. Edifice Banque Nova Scotia. Route de Delmas 18. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. 509-298-3050. Fax, 509-298-3809. Holy See. Canadian Embassy to the Holy See. Via della Conciliazione 4/D. 00193 Rome, Italy. 39-06-6830-7316. Fax, 39-06-6880-6283. Honduras. Canadian Embassy. Financial Center Banexpo. 3rd FL. Boulevard. San Juan Bosco. Colonial Payaquay. Tegucigalpa, Honduras. 504-232-4551. Fax, 504-232-8767. Hong Kong. See China. Hungary. Canadian Embassy. Zuglajeti UT 51-53. 1121 Budapest, Hungary. 36-1-275-1200. Fax, 36-1-275-1210. Iceland. Consulate General of Canada. Suerlandsbrout 10. 108 Reykjavik, Iceland. 354-5-68-0820. Fax, 354-5-68-0899. India. Canadian High Commission. 7/8 Shantipath, Chanukyapuri. New Delhi 110,021 India. 91-11-687-6500. Fax, 91-11-687-6579. Trade Office of Canada. 103, Prestige Meridian 1. 29 mg. RD. Bangalore 560,001. Karnataka, India. 91-80-559-9418. Fax, 91-80-559-9424. Consulate of Canada. C/ORPG Enterprises. Duncan House. 31, Netaji Subhas Road. Calcutta 700,001. West Bengal, India. 9133-242-6820. Fax, 9133-248-1614. Canadian High Commission. SCO 333435. Sector 17A, near Jagat Cinema. Chandigarh, India. 91-172-716-020. Fax, 91-172-716-025. Consulate of Canada. 827 Anna Salat. Dun Building, 3rd FL. Chennai 600,002. India. 91-44-852-9818. Fax, 91-44-852-9818. Consulate of Canada. 4th FL. 4140 Maker Chambers 6. Jamnalal Bajaj Marg. Nariman PT. Mumbai 400,021 India. 91-22-287-6027. Fax, 91-22-287-5514. Indonesia. Canadian Embassy. 5th FL. Wisma Metropolitan I. Jalan Jenderal Sudirman Cav 29. Jakarta, Indonesia. 62-21-525-0709. Fax, 62-21-571-2251. Australian Consulate. Jalan Professor Mo Yamin 4. Renan, Denpasar. Bali, Indonesia. 62-361-235-092. Fax, 62-361-231-990. Consulate of Canada. C/O Maspian Group. Head Office. Jalan Kembang Jepun 38-40. Surabaya, East Java. Indonesia. Iran. Canadian Embassy. 57 Shahid Javadi Sarfaraz. Darya Nodur. Ostad Motahari Abe. Tehran, Iran. 98-21-873-2623. Fax, 98-21-873-3202. Iraq. See Jordan. Ireland. Canadian Embassy. 65 St. Stephen's Green. Dublin 2, Ireland. 353-1-478-1988. Fax, 353-1-478-1285. Israel. Canadian Embassy. 3/5 Nareem St. Tel Aviv, Israel 67060. 972-3-630-630-300. Fax, 972-3-630-630-383. Italy. Via Zara 30. Rome, Italy 00198. 39-06-44-59-81. Fax, 39-06-445-98912. Consulate General of Canada. Via Vitor Pisani 19. Milan, Italy 20124. 39-02-6758-1. Fax, 39-02-6758-3900. Consulate of Canada. Via Carducci 29. Naples, Italy 80121. 39-081-401-338. Fax, 39-081-410-4210. Consulate of Canada. Riviera Rusant 25. Padova, Italy 35,123. 39-049-876-4833. Fax, 39-049-878-1147. Consulate of Canada. Via Panfilo Mazzara 2. Sulmona. Aquila, Italy 67,039. 39-0864-212-341. Fax, 39-0864-210-158. Jamaica. Canadian High Commission. 3 West Kings House Road. Kingston 10, Jamaica. 1-876-926-1500. Fax, 1-876-511-3493. Canadian Consulate. 29 Gloucester Avenue. Montego Bay, Jamaica. 1-876-952-6198. Fax, 1-876-952-3953. Japan. Canadian Embassy. 3-38 Akasaka 7 Chome. Minato-ku. Tokyo 107-8503 Japan. 81-3-5412-6200. Fax, 81-3-5412-6289. Consulate of Canada. FT Building. 9F, April 8, 28 Watanbidori. Chuoku. Fukuoka-shi, Fukuoka-ken. 810-0004, Japan. 81-92-752-6055. Fax, 81-92-752-6077. Consulate of Canada. Chugu Electric Power Co., Inc. 4-33 Komaki, Nakaku. Hiroshima-shi, Hiroshima-ken. 730-8701 Japan. 81-82-246-0057. Fax, 81-82-246-0057. Consulate of Canada. Nakato Marunouchi Building. 6F, 3-17-6 Marunouchi. Nakaku, Nagayashi. Ikaken 460-0002. Japan. 81-52-972-0450. Fax, 81-52-972-0453. Consulate of Canada. Daisen Chiho Building. 12th FL. 2-2-3 Nishi Shinsebashi. Chuoku. Osaka 542-0086, Japan. 81-6-6212-4910. Fax, 81-6-6212-4914. Consulate of Canada. The Hokkaido Bank, Ltd. 1 Banchi, Nishi 4 Chome. Odori, Chuoku. Saporoshi, Hokkaido. 060-0042 Japan. 81-11-219-0617. Fax, 81-11-219-0617. Consulate of Canada. Tohoku Electric Power Co., Inc. 3-7-1 Ikabanko. Aobaku, Sendaiishi. Miyagi-ken 980-0811 Japan. 81-22-268-5030. Fax, 81-22-268-5030. Jordan. Canadian Embassy. Pearl of Shmisani Building. SH Shmisani, Amman. Jordan. 962-6-5666-124. Fax, 962-6-589-227. Kazakhstan. Canadian Embassy. 34, Vinogradova Street. Almaty. Kazakhstan 480,100. 73272-501151. Fax, 73272-582493. Kenya. Canadian High Commission. COMC Raft House. Haile Selassie Abe. Nairobi, Kenya. 254-2-21-48-04. Fax, 254-2-22-69-87. Kiribati. Australian High Commission. Baraki, Tarawa, Kiribati. 686-21-184. Fax, 686-21-440. Korea. See South Korea and North Korea. Kosovo. Canadian Government Liaison Office. Krajishki Brigade 5. Dragadan. Pristina, Kosovo. 38138-549545. Kuwait. Canadian Embassy. 24, Almuda Wakil Street. Block 4, Daaya. Kuwait City, Kuwait. 965-256-3025. Fax, 965-25-0173. Kyrgyz Republic. Consulate of Canada. 189, Moskovskaya Avenue. 720,010 Bishkek. Kyrgyz Republic. 996-312-65-05-06. Fax, 996-312-65-01-01. Laos. Australian Embassy. J. Nehru St. Phonse District. Vientiane, Laos. 856-21-413-600. Fax, 856-21-413-601. Latvia. Canadian Embassy. Domo Locums 4. 4th FL, Riga 1977. Latvia. 371-783-0141. Fax, 371-783-0140. Lebanon. Canadian Embassy. 434 Autostrada Jal El Dib. 1st FL. Coolwright Building. Jal El Dib, Lebanon. 961-4-713-900. Fax, 961-4-710-595. Lesotho. Consulate of Canada. 1st FL. Maseru Book Center Kingsway. Maseru, Lesotho. 266-311-256. Fax, 266-310-462. Liberia. See Côte d'Ivoire. Libya. Canadian Embassy. Netherlands Embassy. 20, Galal Buyer Street. Dara, Tripoli, Libya. 218-21-44-41549. Fax, 218-2133-40729. Liechtenstein. See Bern, Switzerland. Lithuania. Canadian Embassy. Gedimino Prince 64. 2001 Vilnius. Lithuania. 370-2-220-898. Fax, 370-2-220-884. Luxembourg. Consulate of Canada. PricewaterhouseCoopers. 400 Route d'Esch. 1471 Luxembourg. Luxembourg. 35-2-402-4201. Fax, 35-2-49-48-29-12. Macau. See Hong Kong, China. Macedonia. Consulate of Canada. Yukon Trade International. 12 Taudarna Brigada 2A. 91,000 Skopje, FYR Macedonia. 389-91-225-630. Fax, 389-91-117-550. Madagascar. Consulate of Canada. Kit Madagascar Minerals, Ltd. Villa 3H, Lot 2J 169. Ivandri. Antananarivo 101. Madagascar. 261-20-22-425-59. Fax, 261-20-22-425-06. Malawi. Consulate of Canada. Accord Center. M. Chipembere Highway. Blantyre Limbe. Malawi. 265-645-441. Fax, 265-645-004. Malaysia. Canadian High Commission. 7th FL, Plaza Osk. 172 Jalan Ampang. 50,450 Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia. 6-03-2718-3333. Fax, 6-03-2718-3395. Consulate of Canada. Cardama SDN. BHD. Level 12B. Wismating Peking 1 Jalan. Padungan 93,100 Kuching. Sarawak, Malaysia. 6-082-414-000. Fax, 6-082-414-333. Maldives. See Sri Lanka. Mali. Canadian Embassy. Immobile C Mega. Route to Kaulakoro. Bamako, Mali. 223-21-2236. Fax, 223-21-43-62. Malta. Consulate of Canada. DiMaggio House. 103 Archbishop Street. Valletta, Malta. 356-233-121. Fax, 356-243-147. Marshall Islands. See Micronesia. Martinique. See Barbados. Mauritania. Consulate of Canada. Centre Commercial Abase. Ave. Charles de Gaulle. Ilato, number 34. 1st FL, Bureau 2. Nouakchott, Mauritania. 222-29-26-97. Fax, 222-29-26-98. Mauritius. Consulate of Canada. 18 Jules Koenig Street. Blanche-Bergerco. Port Louis, Mauritius. 230-208-0821. Fax, 230-208-3391. Mexico. Canadian Embassy. Calle Schiller number 529. Rincon del Bosque. Colonia Bosque de Chapultepec. 11,580 Mexico, DF. Mexico. 52-5-724-7900. 01-800-706-29-00. Fax, 52-5-724-7943. Consulate of Canada. Hotel Fiesta Americana. Local 31. Aurelio Echeves 225. COL. Vallarta. Poniente 44,100. Guadalajara, Jalisco. Mexico. 52-3-615-6270. Fax, 52-3-615-8665. Consulate of Canada. Centro Comercial Marbella. Local 23. ESQ. Prolongation Farallon y Miguel Alemán. Acapulco, Guerrero, Mexico. 52-7-484-1305. Fax, 52-7-484-1306. Consulate of Canada. Plaza Caracol 2. 3 ER Piso, Local 330. Boulevard. Kukulkan KM 8.5. Zona Haute Lira, 77,500 Cancun. Quintana Roo, Mexico. 52-98-833360. Fax, 52-98-833232. Consulate of Canada. Hotel Playa Mazatlan. Zona Dorada. Rodolfo T. Loiza 202. 82,110 Mazatlan. Sinaloa, Mexico. 52-69-13-73-20. Fax, 52-69-14-66-55. Consulate of Canada. Edificio Calos, Piso C1. Local 108A. Zaragoza 1300 Sir Y Constitution. 6400 Monterrey NL Mexico. 52-8-344-32-00. Fax, 52-8-344-3048. Consulate of Canada. Pino Suarez 700, Local 11B. Multiplaza Brina, COL. Centro. 68,000 Oaxaca. Oaxaca, Mexico. 52-951-33-777. Fax, 52-951-52-147. Consulate of Canada. 160, Calle Zaragoza. Interior 10, Colonia Centro. 48,300 Puerto Vallarta. Jalisco, Mexico. 52-3-222-5398. Fax, 52-3-222-3517. Consulate of Canada. Plaza Jose Green, Local 9. Boulevard. Majares S/N. Colonia Centro. 23,400 San Jose del Cabo. Baja California. Sur. Mexico. 52-114-2-4333. Fax, 52-114-2-42-62. Consulate of Canada. German Gudavius 10,411 to 101. Condominio del Parque. Zona Rio. 22,320 Tijuana. Baja California. Norte. Mexico. 52-66-84-04-61. Fax, 52-66-84-03-01. Micronesia. Australian Embassy. HNE Enterprises Building. Colonia, Pohnpei, Micronesia. 691-320-5448. Fax, 691-320-5449. Moldova. See Romania. Monaco. Consulate of Canada. Palais de la Scala. 1 Ave. Henry Dunant. Bureau 1178. 98,000 Monaco. 377-97-70-62-42. Fax, 377-97-70-62-52. Mongolia. Consulate of Canada. Diplomatic Services Building. Number 56. Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. 976-1-328-285. Fax, 976-1-328-289. Montserrat. See Barbados. Morocco. Canadian Embassy. 13 bis, Rue Jafar Asadiq. Agdal Rabat. Morocco. 212-7-67-28-80. Fax, 212-7-67-21-87. Mozambique. Office of the Kenyan High Commission. 1128 Julius Nyerere Avenue. Maputo, Mozambique. 258-1-492-623. Fax, 258-1-492-667. Myanmar. Australian Embassy. 88 Strand Road. Yangon, Myanmar. Formerly Rangoon, Burma. 95-1-251-797. Fax, 95-1-246-159. Namibia. C. Pretoria, South Africa. Nauru. C. Canberra, Australia. Nepal. Canadian Cooperation Office. Lazimpat, Nepal. 977-1-415-193. Fax, 977-1-410-422. Netherlands. Canadian Embassy. Sophialon 7, 2500 GB. The Hague, Netherlands. 31-70-311-1600. Fax, 31-70-311-1620. Netherlands Antilles. Canadian Embassy. Maduro and Curials, NV. Plaza Jojo Korea 2-4. Willemstad. Curaçao, Netherlands Antilles. 559-9-466-1115. Fax, 599-9-466-1122. New Caledonia. Australian Consulate General. Immobile Foch. 7th FL. 19 Rue du Maréchal Foch. Noumea. New Caledonia. 687-27-2414. Fax, 687-27-8001. New Zealand. Canadian High Commission. 3rd FL, ICI. Building. 61 Molesworth Street Thorndon. Wellington, New Zealand. 64-4-473-9577. Fax, 64-4-471-2082. Nicaragua. Canadian Embassy. De Los Pipitos, 2 blocks west. 25 Nogal Street. Bologna, Managua. Nicaragua. 505-2-68-0433. Fax, 505-2-68-0437. Niger. Canadian Embassy. Boulevard. Mali Barrow. Niamey, Niger. 227-7536-86. Fax, 227-7531-07. Nigeria. Canadian High Commission. Plot 3 Abobo St. Maitama. Abuja, Nigeria. 234-9-413-9910. Fax, 234-9-413-9911. Canadian High Commission. 17 Walter Carrington Crescent. Victoria Island. Lagos, Nigeria. 234-1-262-2512. Fax, 234-1-262-2516. Niue Island. See New Zealand. Northern Marianas. See Micronesia. North Korea. Swedish Embassy. Munsyudong District. Pyongyang. People's Democratic Republic of Korea. 850-2-381-7258. Fax, 850-2-381-7258. Norway. Canadian Embassy. Werglandsveien 7. 0244 Oslo. Norway. 47-22-99-53-00. Fax, 47-22-99-53-01. Oman. Consulate of Canada. Number 310, Building 477. Way 2907. Musa Abdul Rahman Hassan Building. Ainur St. Ruwi, Oman. 968-791-738. Fax, 968-791-740. Pakistan. Canadian Embassy. Diplomatic Enclave. Sector G5. Islamabad, Pakistan. 92-51-27-91-00. Fax, 92-51-27-91-10. Consulate of Canada. 120 Beach Luxury Hotel. Mulvi Tamiz Uddin Khan RD. Karachi 0227. Pakistan. 92-21-561-0685. Fax, 92-21-561-0673. Consulate of Canada. POF Building. 5th FL. 70 Kashmir Edgerton Road. Lahore, Pakistan. 92-42-636-6230. Fax, 92-42-588-2022. Palau. See Micronesia. Panama. Canadian Embassy. World Trade Center. Calle 53E. Marbella, Galeria Commercial. Piso 1. Panama City, Panama. 507-264-9731. Fax, 507-263-8083. Papua New Guinea. Consulate of Canada. 2nd FL, The Lodge. Bampton St. Port Moresby NCD. Papua New Guinea. 675-322-4800. Fax, 675-322-4824. Paraguay. Consulate of Canada. Professor Ramirez 3 at Juan de Salazar. Between Peru and Padre Pachu. Asunción, Paraguay. 595-21-227-207. Fax, 595-21-227-208. Peru. Canadian Embassy. Calle Libertad 130. Miraflores. Lima 18, Peru. 51-1-444-4015. Fax, 51-1-242-4050. Philippines. Canadian Embassy. Allied Bank Center. 9th FL. 6754 Ayala Avenue. Makati City 1226. Metro Manila. Philippines. 632-867-0001. Fax, 632-810-4299. Poland. Canadian Embassy. Ulica, Matejki 1/5. 00-481 Warsaw, Poland. 48-22-629-8051. Fax, 48-22-629-6457. Portugal. Canadian Embassy. Avenida da Liberdade 196-200. 3rd FL. 1269-121. Lisbon, Portugal. 351-21316-4600. Fax, 351-21316-4693. Consulate of Canada. Rua Frei Lourenço de Santa Maria. Number 1, 1st FL. 8001 Faro, Portugal. 351-289-803757. Fax, 351-289-88-0888. Consulate of Canada. Rua Antonio Jose de Almeida number 27. First FL, 9500 Ponta Delgada. São Miguel, Azores. 351-296-281488. Fax, 351-296-281489. Qatar. C. Kuwait. Romania. Canadian Embassy. 36 Nikolai Iorga. 71,118 Bucharest. Romania. 40-1-222-9845. Fax, 40-1-312-9680. Russia. Canadian Embassy. 23 Starokonia Perulok. Moscow, 121,002. Russia. 7-095-956-6666. Fax, 7-095-1577. Consulate General of Canada. 32 Maladetsko-Selsky Prospect. St. Petersburg 198,013 Russia. 7-812-325-8448. Fax, 7-812-325-8393. Rwanda. Canadian Embassy. 1534 Akagera Street. Kigali, Rwanda. 250 to 73,210. Fax, 250 to 72,719. Saint Christopher and Nevis. C. Barbados. Saint Lucia / Saint Vincent / Grenadines. C. Barbados. Saint Martin / Saint Martin. Consulate of Canada. Simpson Bay Yacht Club Building. Number 9, Apt 5, Simpson Bay. Sint Maarten, Netherlands Antilles. 599-5-45023. Fax, 599-5-45023. Samoa. Australian High Commission. Fengai Malita Building. Beach RD. Tamaligi, Apia, Samoa. 68-5-234-11. Fax, 68-5-231-59. San Marino. C. Rome, Italy. Sao Tome and Principe. C. Gabon. Saudi Arabia. Canadian Embassy. Diplomatic Quarter. Riyadh. Saudi Arabia. 966-1-488-2288. Fax, 966-1-488-1997. Consulate of Canada. Medina RD. Ali Reza Tower. 11th FL. Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. 966-2-653-0597. Fax, 966-2-653-0538. Senegal. Canadian Embassy. 45, AV. De la Republique. Dakar, Senegal. 221-823-92-90. Fax, 221-823-87-49. Seychelles. C. Tanzania. Sierra Leone. C. Guinea. Singapore. Canadian High Commission. IBM Towers, 80 Anson Road. 14th and 15th floors. Singapore 079907. Singapore. 65-325-3200. Fax, 65-325-3297. Slovakia. Canadian Embassy. Misakova 28D. 81100 Bratislava. Slovakia. 421-7-352-175. Fax, 421-7-399-995. Slovenia. Consulate of Canada. Triglav Insurance Co., Ltd. Miklosis V19. Ljubljana 1000. Slovenia. 386-61-130-3570. Fax, 386-61-130-3575. Solomon Islands. Australian High Commission. Hibiscus Ave and Mud Alley. Honiara, Solomon Islands. 677 to 21,561. Fax, 677 to 23,691. Somalia. See Kenya. South Africa. Canadian High Commission. 19th FL. South African Reserve Bank Building. 60 St. George's Mall. Cape Town 8001, South Africa. 27-21-423-5240. Fax, 27-21-423-4893. Canadian High Commission. 1103 Arcadia Street, Hatfield. Pretoria 0083. South Africa. 27-12-422-3000. Fax, 27-12-422-3052. Consulate of Canada. 25/27 Marriott Road. Durban 4001. KwaZulu/Natal, South Africa. 2731-309-8434. Fax, 2731-309-8432. Canadian High Commission. Trade Office, Craddock PL. 1st FL. 10 Arnold Road off Craddock Ave. Rosebank, Johannesburg. 2196 South Africa. 27-11-442-3130. Fax, 27-11-442-3325. South Korea. Canadian Embassy. 10th and 11 floors. Colon Building. 45 Myeojodong. Chungku. Seal 100 to 170 Korea. 82-23455-6000. Fax, 82-2-755-0686. Consulate of Canada. Buman Mutual Savings and Finance Corp. Hashtag 32-1, 2GA. Decheongdong, Chungku. Pusan 600-092. Korea. 82-51-246-7024. Fax, 82-51-247-8443. Spain. Canadian Embassy. Goya Building. 35 Núñez de Balboa. 28001 Madrid, Spain. Canadian Consulate. Ellis Enda de Pinos 10. 08034 Barcelona, Spain. 34-93-204-2700. Fax, 34-93-204-2701.